Hey guys, this is Miss Gaddis. I've been home taking care of my baby. That's why I haven't been at school, and I will be back after fall break. But until then, I'm going to film some videos to show you what to do for our projects. And we're going to start out doing our project for our fundraiser for Original Works. And for those of you who are new, it's our fundraiser where we take your artwork and you can order things like mugs and t-shirts, pillowcases, mouse pads and stuff like that with your artwork on it. So this is something you want to do your best job on because your parents are going to want to order stuff with your artwork on it for like Christmas gifts and other things like that. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making either a landscape or a cityscape that shows a mood or a feeling. And we're going to talk about a type of art that does that here in a second. But here's my example. This is a landscape that shows like a kind of sad, dreary, stormy day type feeling. But you get to choose your own and do your own, and it's going to be like a painting and a drawing. So that type of art is called expressionism, and it's when artists use lines and colors to show a type of mood. So they can paint a painting that looks happy or sad or gloomy or spooky. Whatever they are feeling, they show that with lines and colors in their artwork. So we're going to look at a few artworks and talk about how they show a type of expression. So we're going to look at those artworks and then we're going to get started on our own project. Alright, this is a famous artwork called The Scream. And I'm sure you've seen this before. It's really famous, so it's everywhere, like on TV, movies, things like that. You can see it. So this obviously shows an expression. So think in your head like what kind of expression this would show. He looks scared. Who knows what's going on? The colors are kind of bright and dark at the same time. So like the reds are really bright and the blacks and the browns are dark. So it kind of gives you like this eerie feeling too. So this artist did a really good job of showing a type of emotion in this painting. Alright guys, this is another famous painting that I know you've seen because it's hanging in our classroom, and it's The Starry Night. And Van Gogh does a really good job of using different types of lines and colors to show emotions and expressions in this. You can see to some people it kind of looks peaceful, to some people it kind of looks kind of eerie, but you definitely get a feeling and you can feel different things when you look at this painting. So it's kind of up to you to see how you feel, but he's using lines and colors very well to show expressions. This is a great expressionist painting. Alright guys, remember that we are going to do a landscape or a cityscape that has to do with expressionism. And remember we talked about how expressionism is when artists do artwork that shows a feeling or a mood. So an example would be a picture that shows like a happy scene or a scary scene or something that makes you feel sad. Those are all ways that artists show how they feel in their artwork. So for this project, you're going to choose either a landscape, which is a picture of land or the sea or something like that without people in it, or a cityscape, which is a picture of a city. So I'm going to let you choose, and the goal of this is to make your picture have a certain mood, okay? And we're going to use these colored Sharpies over here, and these are the same ones you're going to have in class, and I think we've used them before. I know we used them in 2nd grade. And remember, I only have like a couple or one of each color, so these are going to stay in the middle of the classroom, and when you need them, you come up and get one at a time, and then when you're done, you put the lids back on like this until they snap all the way down, and you bring them back up and put them in the box so that somebody else can come and get the color when you're finished. So I think I'm going to do a landscape, and I am going to make it kind of spooky or eerie. And so what we're going to do that is we're going to choose certain colors that make you feel that way, and we're going to use lines that make us see how that emotion would look on the paper. So I'm going to choose, I'm just going to choose like a dark green to do the land part. And so just for basic land, I'm just using curvy lines. Remember, this is going to be for our fundraiser where our parents can order stuff like mugs and t-shirts and mouse pads and stuff. So you want to make sure you're doing a really good job. So if you want to use pencil first to draw it out, that's fine. Or you can just use straight up Sharpie, however confident you are. So I've kind of drawn like little rolling hills. And so I use wavy lines for that. So that's a type of line. I might want some roads in there, so if I can find maybe a gray color or a brown color. Here's a gray. Gray kind of goes with the spooky theme that I'm going for. So I can draw some roads going back the hills. Now, for road lines, we use this type of line, which you all have learned before is a dotted line. So we're using our lines that we've learned about all the years before. So I'm adding my lines. So here's my roads. So now I'm going to think of how I would want to make this look kind of eerie or spooky. And I think maybe the sky can be kind of sad, like a stormy, dark night type thing. So I might do some clouds in a dark color up here. So I'm adding my clouds. Remember to take your time and make it look really good. We don't need to rush. We're not going to color anything in really because we're going to paint for our next step. So I kind of want to make it look like it's storming. So I might do some zigzag lines now with some lightning bolts coming down from the clouds. So, got that going. I was thinking maybe even adding some trees with some spider webs in it. Just some things that are kind of spooky, kind of making that mood. Just showing the feeling of being sad or spooky. Some spider webs in there. Doesn't really look like a spider web, but okay. Just whatever kind of thing that you feel like might make it look creepy. Maybe some wind. Use some dotted lines to make some wind blow in the sky. Alright, I'm going to finish this up and then I'm going to show you what this step ends up looking like and show you how I use these colors to make it a certain mood. Alright, so now I've got my landscape done. You can see I've added a few more things to make it look kind of sad and creepy. So remember, you don't have to do sad or creepy. You could do happy, you could do peaceful, whatever you want the mood to be. You need to use colors that make you feel that way and lines that show that in your artwork, okay? So it could be like excitement, happiness, whatever you want it to be. So remember when we're about to start painting that we're going to use colors too that match our mood and our expression that we're trying to show in our landscape. Or you can do a cityscape, like I said, and draw buildings instead of just land. So what we're going to do now is we're going to paint it using colors that show our expression. So I did like a creepy, sad theme. So remember, with these watercolors we use water. You have to get these wet to work them. But we never ever mix these together in here. You all should know that. And every time we switch colors, we rinse our brush out. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to use the watercolor. You're going to kind of paint over the lines that you did. You're still kind of trying to show most of this expression with lines and colors. So I'm kind of right now painting over my lightning bolts that I made. So be thinking about what kind of color shows what emotion. So happy colors might be bright colors. Peaceful colors, you know, you can always use relaxing colors like blues and greens and purples. Depends on what you want to do. So for the sky, I might do like a blackish color. It uses a lot of water, so it kind of waters it down. And I'm just going to kind of go trace over these lines that I did with my black, because that's kind of a scary, eerie color. Some of that in the clouds. Notice I'm not painting it really all the way in. I'm kind of just doing lines that show these things. Think about the different artworks we looked at. So I'm doing like little curved lines for the clouds to make them look like they have texture. You can also use this black color from the roads because it looks kind of gray. So you're just going to keep painting yours with the colors that you feel it needs to show the expression that you're trying to get across. Remember to do the best job you can and stay in the lines, do a good job. This is for your fundraiser that your parents can order things from. So you want to really take your time and not rush and do a good job. So I'm going to continue to paint this, and I'm going to show you in a second what it ends up looking like. Alright guys, so I finished my landscape, and you can see I chose like dark black and dark blue and grays and like dark colors to kind of show that it is scary and gloomy and creepy. It doesn't look very happy because I didn't use very happy colors. But it is up to you what you want to do. Also notice that my grass, instead of coloring it all the way in, I used lines that show how grass grows. So you don't have to color it all in solid like I did my sky. You can use lines to show your expressions too. I'm going to show you real quick some examples from another class. So like here's one where you could see they did a city, and it looks kind of happy because they use bright, happy colors. It looks like, kind of looks like the Eiffel Tower. And there's a bridge. You can see this one over here is a tree, like in a forest. So look at all the different types of lines these kids used. And here's kind of one. It says volcano, tornado, meteors, and lightning. So that's a cool example too of different things you can do.